Hi, Sophie Watson here, helping corporate and entrepreneurial women to get back in control of stress and anxiety. So I wanted to talk to you today a bit about complacency. Now, on my recent trips, my recent travel to New Zealand, I was privileged enough to witness the England versus Tonga rugby match. And the whole of the game was led by England. And they got to 18 points and Tonga had none. And we were getting very close to the end of the game. And they hadn't tried for quite a while. There hadn't been a try for a while in the game. And it got to the final 10 minutes, and then Tonga suddenly started to take control and they started getting tries. And within, it was so close. By the end of the match, literally the final seconds, the game ended on England 20, Tonga 18. It was that close. But the whole time, up until those final 10 minutes, Tonga hasn't scored at all. And the only reason that they managed to get those tries was because England got complacent. They were not defending properly. They thought they had the game in the bag. You never know what's around the corner. You never know what's going to suddenly take over. So the point of this video this week is to ask you, where in your life are you being complacent? Okay, what have you let slip? What are you sitting there feeling really comfortable about and not really paying attention to because you think you've got that in the bag? You're taking your eye off the ball a bit and trying to focus on other things. Okay, so one way in which you can work out exactly where you need to be focusing your attention, because what happens is you get blind spots. So you don't actually see where it is that you need to be developing, where you need to be working on at times. And this is never visible to those who are not willing to acknowledge that they need to do the work. So you need to have a look, a close scrutiny of what's going on in your life. So one way you can do it, if you go onto the internet, go onto any internet browser and just do a search for Wheel of Life template, you'll get one of these somewhere. You'll be able to find one. Okay, and what this does is you can change these. Don't worry about these too much at the moment. You look at each area of your life and you score it on the scale of 1 to 10. So 10 being that you feel really fulfilled in that area, and 1 being, yeah, I'm not so happy in this area of my life. Okay, so you mark that on each of these and you actually draw a line going across from, say it was 8, from 8 to 8 on there. Okay, so that you see that segment within there, and it would end up looking something along these lines. Okay, so this is one that I did a couple of years ago, and as you can see from that, it's all over the place. It's not, there's never one, like, it's never going to be equal in all areas, but it shows you where you need to do some work. Okay, so for me at that time, mine was in finances because it was lowest. So I knew that I needed to be focusing on there and doing some work on that. Now, the things that you need to look at will be relationships, it will be your health, it will be your finances, it will be your career. How about time as well? So it might be time out from work. How much time are you spending doing things that you enjoy doing? So it's looking at each of these different areas, seeing where you are on that scale, and then recognising where you need to do a bit more work. Okay, and the only way that you're ever going to change any of these things is by recognising first that you need to do some work on them, and then taking the action and doing something about it. Okay, so those that are complacent tend to not take risks. This is about you switching that, getting back into it again and actually saying, screw it, I'm going to do it. Okay. The other thing is complacency is lack of both confidence and courage. So you have to have the confidence and the courage to start making those changes in your life, because you need to do it in order to grow and develop and change. So if there's a particular situation, so say for example you had one of my free sessions, you claimed one but you never ever booked it, that's because you became complacent and you didn't have the courage or the confidence within yourself to actually make those changes that you need to make in your life. So it's all about you deciding that, no, I can't stay in like this anymore. I need to make those changes. Okay. It may even be simple things like, for example, by making those changes and not being complacent, you could save yourself a lot of money. So with your car insurance comes through and you decide that you're just going to stay with the same one year in, year out. It doesn't matter, they're fine, yeah, okay. But actually somewhere else you could get that a lot cheaper. So it's about you actually taking those steps and not being complacent and not settling for what is going on now, okay, from where you are now. It's you wanting to move forward, grow and develop, okay. And again, it's with relationships as well. You may be getting complacent within your relationship. So what do you need to do? Is it that maybe you and your partner need to have a date night each week? It's all about recognising where you are currently and where you want to be, what maybe needs to change slightly, and are you getting bored within an area of your life? Because that too is a form of complacency. So have a think about that. Do search online for the Wheel of Life, a free downloadable template or whatever. Get one of these, fill that out and have a look and see where you need to be making those changes in your life so that you're no longer being complacent. There you go. So that's this week's video. If you like this video, then please share it with people, put it on Facebook, whatever. And also don't forget, if you have claimed a free session with me, then you just need to get that booked in. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.